Hello folks, it's Chris in a recording studio. I've got a very quick lesson for you today, and most of these lessons that I kind of pop on the channel, guitar based stuff, is when I'm working with the students I kind of deal with their experiences and their problems, and then when I'm on the lessons with them I kind of think, this is something that we could put out there and hopefully it's going to help somebody else who's starting out on the guitar journey. So this is a really simple thing, and yet we don't do this all the time. So this is a simple chord progression. So say we've got something like this: G, E minor, C major, and then D major. Okay? And we're trying to put this chord progression. Now this applies to anything that you work on with the guitar, and I see this so many times. That for an example, we're going to put a basic strumming pattern to these four chords, which would give us something like this. Get the idea? Now the problem that I see all the time is everybody overcomplicates the whole process of trying to learn this. Whether it's a scale, chord progression, anything that you're working on, all you've got to do is simplify. Simplify, simplify the whole process. Don't try and tap that and rub that at the same time. Think that it's a multi kind of skill thing that we're doing. We're spinning a lot of plates when we're trying to learn something on a skill or trying to master a skill. So you're trying to remember that these fingers go on the right strings. You're using these ears, your eyes, your senses. You're trying to play a rhythmic content strum pattern. There's loads of different parameters that you're spinning at the same time, and it becomes very difficult. So here's what you need to do when you're trying to add a strumming pattern and you struggle to get everything to sink in. Simplify the whole process. So rather than play the chords, once you've got the chord shapes, all you need to do is something as easily as this. Just literally damp the strings. You don't need to press on, just dampen the strings and just focus purely on the strum. Because what's going on there is all our processor power is actually focusing purely on the one thing. And I see this so many times with the students that are working on songs. They'll start on bar 1 and then they'll try and go to bar 40 of a piece of music, and then they can't understand why it takes such a long time. Get bar 1 right. Isolate things. Simplify it, simplify it, simplify it all the time. I say the same thing when I'm mixing music for people. You overcook things. Don't use all those skills and all those plugins and all those kinds of things and all the tools that are available to us nowadays. Just make it very simple and focus on the one thing. Now if you focus on, within a matter of minutes, you've got that strumming pattern down. And what you should be able to do then is build the speed gradually over a couple of practice sessions. When you've got that strumming pattern, you don't need to worry about it again. It's there, it's in there forever. And then you can just apply it to the chords. Again, if you're struggling with the four chords, and I see this quite a bit as well, where most people will go, they stop. Don't stop, put a metronome on, find a very comfortable speed, even if it's tick, 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 where you're din, 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 din. Make sure that it's a manageable speed that stops the pauses from moving, stopping you from making progress. Keep the strum going all the time. So the first thing that I look at if I'm trying to teach anybody any strumming patterns is literally ignore the chords. The chords is the icing on the cake, really. Get the strum down, play it to a metronome. I also see that if people struggle with certain chords, they'll go. Don't keep pausing. Literally work on the weakest chords all the time. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give yourself time to change. Okay, so most important is to get the quality in these fingers. Don't think about speed, think about your quality. And think about isolating. So rather than play the 4 chords there, I simplified it yet again and just played the 2 chords that I find difficult. Again, simplify it, isolate certain things that are causing you a problem, and you should be sort of home and dry in no time at all of making all your progress in this wonderful world of guitars and music. Okay, so as always, please like and subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below and let me know how your progress is going on. And as always, you know, look after yourselves, stay safe, stay well, and keep on rocking in the free world.